Hello from Village. This is Erin Parsons from Village Craft and Candle. I am the technical candle making specialist with Village. And today I'm really excited. I'm going to be chatting with Dino from Crown Shaving Co. about his candle making journey. So if you could just bear with me while I add him on here. Just one sec. There we go.
Hi there.
Hi, Dino. How are
Good.
you?
How you doing, Erin?
I'm great. Thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
That's great. So I thought the way we could start off was just have you tell us a little bit about your business and
Sure.
then go into how you got into candle making.
Sure. So our business is basically started as a men's grooming business, still is mostly a men's grooming business. Crown Shaving started in about 2008, 2009, mostly with shaving cream, aftershave lotions, tonics, shampoos, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Then in about 2015 or so, we started with a candle, only one candle. And at that time, we weren't making our own candles. We actually sent that out to a private label company, had about 500 candles or so made. But it wasn't really a main product for us. So that started slow. It didn't really move that quickly amongst all our other SKUs. But over the years, I started tinkering with making candles myself and got it to the point where I was happy with them. And making them ourselves, we're able to do them in smaller quantity, of course, instead of going to the big private label companies where your minimums could be anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pieces.
Right.
And initially, our candle was more of a seasonal Father's Day kind of a thing, but it seemed to pick up steam and got a little bit busier, and especially over the last 2 years with COVID. I think candles became a very popular gifting item, so we had a lot more requests for that. And that's basically how we started getting more in depth with the candles.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what kind of scents do you find are the most popular among your clientele?
Well, again, we're dealing with mostly men on that particular brand. We have another brand that we can talk about that's also doing candles now, but our main brand, Crown Shaving, is geared towards men. So they're more into the tobacco, muskier scents. We use a lot of bay rum and boozy type scents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting. So
Yeah.
What's this other business that you were telling me about?
So the other brand, we have two brands. Crown Shaving is our main brand. Persons of Interest is a fragrance brand and a candle brand that we started actually a couple of years ago as a little side project so that we can dive a little bit deeper into different types of scents. Because again, our male consumer is geared towards a specific type of scent. With this other brand, it kind of opens up the door for us to explore and try new scents. So we have about 3 or 4 different candle scents under that particular brand, and currently have 10 fragrances under that brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So with your main brand, do you find that it's mostly your male clientele that are buying it for themselves, or do you have their female family members?
We have a lot of women purchasing for their men. Definitely. Over the last few years, I'm finding more of our online sales, especially, are coming from women for their husband, their boyfriend, their son. So definitely it's one of our biggest customers right now seems to be female clients.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So when you got into candle making at first, did you have any challenges that you found along the way? Or?
Absolutely. It's trying to learn candles by yourself could be very difficult. I mean, there's a lot of information available out there on YouTube, and a lot of companies that have some educational programs. I personally reached out to other candle makers along the way, and they were very helpful.
Yeah.
I find that the candle community is quite helpful that way. Everybody is more than eager to jump in and pitch in where they can. And just tinkering around with different waxes and different wicks until we found that we had a formula that worked for us.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how most people get started. And it is wonderful having such a a warm community among candle makers, that people are so open and willing to offer advice to other
Yeah,
candle makers. So
absolutely.
now that you've been doing it for a few years, do you have any advice that you could offer to other candle makers or other people who are thinking about getting into candle making?
Yeah, I would say just don't get discouraged, because when you first jump in, there's a lot more to it than you might think. But just trial and error. And again, reaching out to the community and other candle makers can be very helpful. But it could be very, very fun and fulfilling as a business, whether you're doing it as a side hustle or full time. The only advice I would give is just keep at it, keep playing with it. There's so much to learn and so much you can do with it. Just be open to trying it and open to spending the time, and don't give up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you a soy candle maker?
I am soy coconut.
Soy
Soy
coconut.
coconut, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So we're currently using the Village Craft coconut, soy coconut blend, which I love. We're purchasing our wicks from Village as well now.
great to hear.
Yeah, and we finally, again, tinkering around with so many, over the last 2 years, it's constantly testing until
It's
you
so
get,
important.
yeah. And again, different fragrance oils with different waxes and different wicks. It takes time to get that right formula. You just got to keep at it until you find that one that's working for you. Yeah. And I'm really happy also to have Village Craft so close now. Also carrying a beautiful selection of vessels that we really couldn't get locally before, and now fortunately we can. So thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. And we're always looking for new things to offer our customers.
Yeah, that's great.
Welcome any suggestions people have on things they would like us to bring in. So yes,
that's great.
Obviously Christmas is a week away, so probably some people are going to do their last minute Christmas shopping still, but most of the candle makers are now looking ahead to New Year and Valentine's. Do you have anything special in the works?
Oh, we're always, because we're a smaller brand, it's fun for us. We're always able to do kind of limited edition. We don't really start marketing too far ahead of time because we're doing pretty small batch stuff, but for sure for Valentine we'll have a couple of new scents ready to go. People just got to stay tuned. And again, we don't make very small batch. We do maybe 50 to 100 candles at a time, and they go pretty quick. We have a lot of wholesale accounts, so it's not just direct to consumer. We have a lot of wholesale accounts, and when those customers see me post about a particular limited edition candle, they kind of scoop them up pretty quickly.
Right.
So yeah, we'll have some new stuff ready for Valentine's and for the New Year as well.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned marketing. What have you found to be the most effective way for you to market your products?
Honestly, I think for me, I've been fortunate. I was on Instagram very early, so I created an audience very early on. It's a lot trickier these days. Word of mouth, and also still, for the most part, Instagram. We haven't really jumped into the whole TikTok world just yet. We'll probably explore that soon, but for the time being, Instagram seems to be working for us just fine.
Yeah, well, your Instagram account is beautiful, so everyone, you should check that out for sure. He's got great Instagram account. So.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Great. Well, you have a happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well, and everyone over at Village Craft.
Thanks so much.
Take care. Thank you.